The Raiders' schedule dropped on Thursday, and the first name on the first Sunday is the one that changes everything. Fernando Mendoza, the number 1 overall pick, opens his career at home against the Miami Dolphins, the team in the city he grew up watching, the city that hosted his national title run at Indiana inside Hard Rock Stadium. The NFL did this on purpose. They wrote the storyline. They put the franchise quarterback under the brightest lights and dared him to flinch. Week 1 in Las Vegas just became the loudest debut in football. And somewhere on this schedule sits one road Sunday that decides if this rebuild ignites or dies in a ditch. Clint Kubiak walks in fresh off winning Super Bowl 60 as the Seahawks offensive coordinator. He brought quarterback coach Andrew Janocko with him to call the offense. He paired Mendoza with Tyler Linderbaum, the 3-year $534 million center who left Baltimore on a 3-year $81 million deal. Ashton Genty now has a real line in front of him. Brock Bowers sits split out as the mismatch. Max Crosby still wears silver and black after the Ravens medical flagged the trade and sent him home. The Raiders quietly added one more defensive piece this week that nobody is talking about, and that piece reunites with the one coach who already knows how to use him. The defense, rebuilt under new coordinator Rob Leonard. He brought a base 3-4. He brought Kwity Paye from Indianapolis on a 3-year, $48 million deal. He brought Key Walker and Nakobe Dean at inside linebacker. He kept Malcolm Koonce. And then he reunited with a player from his Miami days who slots straight into the one position the draft did not solve. The schedule sets up an October gauntlet, a Bay Area homecoming, 3 home games to close, and a finale at Arrowhead. The AFC West is older than ever. The Raiders are the youngest team in the room. But before we get into that, hit that like and subscribe button for more Raiders and all the NFL content. Let's aim for 500 likes on this video. The schedule maker did Mendoza a favor and dared him to take it. The number 1 overall pick out of Indiana grew up in Miami. He played his championship game at Hard Rock Stadium against the Dolphins' own home field. He posed with the Heisman in the city he learned the game in, and now the NFL hands him Week 1 against the Miami Dolphins at Allegiant Stadium with every camera in the building pointed at his locker. This is not subtle. This is the league betting on the rookie quarterback to bring eyeballs and a story arc that writes itself before the kickoff hits the tee. Kirk Cousins sits in the room as the bridge. The Raiders signed him for exactly this scenario. If Mendoza is ready, Mendoza plays. If he is not, Cousins plays clean football until the bye in Week 13 and the handoff happens after that. Both rooms know it. Clint Kubiak has spoken about it openly. The Dolphins arrive with new head coach Jeff Hafley, a defensive mind from the college ranks by way of the Packers, running a system Miami fans have never seen. Hafley wants pressure looks and disguise coverage. Mendoza will see a defense designed to confuse him in his first 60 NFL minutes. The matchup also restarts a coaching reunion that runs underneath this entire roster. Clint Kubiak worked under Mike Macdonald in Seattle last year. Macdonald came from the Ravens. The Ravens were where Tyler Linderbaum played 4 seasons before signing in Las Vegas. Kubiak brought Janocko with him. Janocko worked with Cousins in Minnesota. None of this is an accident. Every relationship on this staff connects to another relationship on this roster. The Raiders did not build a team this offseason. They imported a system already in motion, fitted with the most expensive center contract in NFL history, and pointed it directly at the Miami Dolphins on opening Sunday. The schedule is the runway, the takeoff is October. Week 6 is Josh Allen at Allegiant. Week 7 is Sean McVay, walking back into the building with Devontae Adams in a Rams uniform. Back-to-back AFC and NFC contenders inside a 4-day prep window. The Bills run McDermott's offense through Allen the same way the Rams run McVay's offense through Matthew Stafford. 2 MVP-tier quarterbacks, 2 top 10 passing attacks from last season, and the Raiders' defense has to answer with a unit rebuilt from the inside out in the span of one offseason. Rob Leonard is calling a 3-4 defense for the first time as a coordinator. The October stretch is where his system either holds or splits open. The interior of his defense runs through Max Crosby and Kwity Paye. Crosby is recovering from a torn meniscus repaired in January. He looked clean by all reports out of OTAs, but the Ravens flagged a knee concern in March and walked away from a trade that would have sent him east for 2 first-round picks. He stayed. Paye signed a 3-year, $48 million deal from Indianapolis. He set 74 starts in 5 seasons and brings 30.5 career sacks. Malcolm Koonce re-signed on a 1-year, $11 million bet on his own health. The 3 of them form the only edge group in the AFC West that consistently gets home. The inside linebackers carry the rest. Key Walker signed 3 years for $40.5 million from Green Bay. Nakobe Dean signed 3 years for $36 million from Philadelphia. The 2 were teammates at Georgia. Both have speed. Both have track records of cleaning up checkdowns and screen looks. Allen loves to extend plays. Stafford loves to attack the seam. The Raiders need their linebacker room to be fast enough to chase. And while the matchups against the Bills and the Rams will define October, the one rookie nobody is talking about might end up making more noise than any free agent on the schedule. The Raiders drafted a player at pick 38 who tested as the 15th most athletic cornerback in NFL combined history and the 3rd fastest safety in the entire 2026 class. His name is Trayden Stukes. He ran a 4.33 40. He measures 6'2", 200 pounds. He posted a 38-inch vertical. He played 52 games over 6 years at Arizona and walked on as a 160-pound freshman with 0 stars to his name. The Raiders traded down 2 spots with Houston to get him and picked up an extra 3rd-round pick in the process. Most fans saw the trade down and shrugged. They missed the player. What makes Stukes different is what he can do in the secondary. He played nickel cornerback. He played outside cornerback. He played free safety. He played strong safety. He played the slot. He plays every spot in the back end at 1 speed. Last year at Arizona, he posted 4 interceptions and 10 passes defensed in 10 starts. The Wildcat defense led college football in takeaways per game with the Stukes unit on the back end. Rob Leonard now has a chess piece. He drops anywhere on any down. The natural projection is free safety to start the year. The longer-term projection is a Brian Branch type role rotating between the box and the slot. The trade down deserves credit on its own. The Texans grabbed Ohio State defensive tackle Caden McDonald at pick 36. The Giants grabbed Tennessee cornerback Colton Hood at pick 37. The Raiders grabbed Stukes at 38 and added a 3rd rounder. 3 picks later, they also drafted Arizona safety Dalton Johnson to pair with Stukes in the 5th round. Same secondary, same college, same calls. Veterans Eric Stokes, Darian Porter, and Taron Johnson still hold most of the depth chart. But Stukes is the player who shifts the ceiling. The schedule has one Sunday circled for everyone who used to call the Bay home, and that game is the first real test of what this back end will do. Week 9, Santa Clara, California, Levi's Stadium. The Raiders walk into the Bay Area for a regular season football game for the first time since they left Oakland. Half the stadium is silver and black. The other half is red and gold. Clint Kubiak stands across the field from Kyle Shanahan, the head coach he worked under in 2023 as the 49ers passing game coordinator. Brock Purdy lines up across from Mendoza. The man who quarterbacked Kubiak's passing game to a Super Bowl appearance lines up against the rookie Kubiak picked to be his future. This is not a homecoming alone. This is the franchise checkpoint. Through 8 weeks, the Raiders will have played the Dolphins, Chargers, Saints, Chiefs, Patriots, Bills, Rams, and Jets. They will know exactly who they are. They will know if Mendoza plays on the road. They will know if the offensive line built around Linderbaum holds in a hostile dome. They will know if Rob Leonard's defense bends without breaking against elite passing concepts. The 49ers run a wide zone scheme Kubiak helped install. Every blocking technique, Every play-action concept, every motion sequence is in the family. There are no secrets between these two staffs. The 49ers also represent the test. The schedule did not give the Raiders early. Through 8 weeks, the road games are at the Chargers, the Saints, the Patriots, and the Jets. Solid teams. Beatable teams. Santa Clara is not. The 49ers won 12 games last year. They lost the NFC Championship to Seattle. They returned Purdy, Christian McCaffrey, George Kittle, and most of their defensive starters. If Mendoza plays well in this game, the rebuild is real. If he does not, the bye in Week 13 gives Kubiak 4 weeks to figure out the rest of the year. Either way, the AFC West is sitting on the other side of that bye, and the division has aged into something the Raiders finally exploit. Clint Kubiak turned 38 in February. Andy Reid is 67. Sean Payton is 62. Jim Harbaugh is 62. The youngest other head coach in the AFC West is 24 years older than the Raiders head coach. That gap matters. 3 of the 4 division coaches have already won Super Bowls. 3 of the 4 have walked into press conferences as the favorite. Kubiak walks in fresh, hungry, and coaching the only team in the room building forward instead of trying to extend a championship window. The schedule put the division front and center. Chiefs Week 4 at Allegiant. Broncos Week 11 on the road. Broncos Week 15 at home. Chargers Week 14 at home. And then Kansas City to close at Arrowhead in Week 18. The Chiefs game in Week 4 arrives in the worst possible window for Kansas City. Patrick Mahomes is coming off a torn ACL suffered late last season. He is publicly saying he will be ready by Week 1. Privately, every doctor in the league knows October is the soft launch month for any quarterback returning from that surgery. The Chiefs come to Las Vegas with a quarterback playing at 65% against a Raiders defense rebuilt to stop the run. Travis Kelce might be playing his final NFL season. The window is closing on the dynasty, and the Raiders sit on the calendar at the exact week it cracks. The Broncos defend the division crown they won last year under Sean Payton. Bo Nix is the most stable young quarterback in the division. The Chargers have Justin Herbert and Jim Harbaugh's run-heavy identity. The Raiders close the season at Arrowhead in Week 18, the same building they have lost in 9 of the last 10 visits. If Mendoza is starting by then, that game is the final exam. If he is not, Cousins has nothing to lose. Either way, the schedule sets up a fourth-quarter division gauntlet that nobody outside Las Vegas is paying attention to yet. And the defensive piece that closes this room came in quietly on Wednesday. The Raiders signed defensive tackle Benito Jones on Wednesday afternoon. He is 6'1". He is 335 pounds. He is the exact body type the 3-4 nose tackle position demands. He has played 71 career NFL games. He has 38 career starts. He played 15 starts for the Lions in 2023 and another 15 for the Dolphins in 2024. The numbers tell you he is a journeyman. The connection tells you he is something else. Rob Leonard was the Miami Dolphins' assistant defensive line coach in 2020 when Jones signed as an undrafted free agent out of Ole Miss. Leonard coached him directly through 6 rookie year games. Leonard moved to outside linebackers in 2021. Jones stayed on the Dolphins roster that year. Raiders assistant defensive line coach Kenyon Jackson coached him in Miami in 2021 as the assistant defensive line coach. 2 coaches in the building have already evaluated him in pads, drilled him in technique, and signed off on his fit. The Raiders did not gamble on Jones. They reactivated him. The position need was real. The Raiders ran a 4-3 under Patrick Graham last year. Leonard runs a 3-4. The nose tackle in a 3-4 needs to 2-gap, eat blocks, and free the inside linebackers to run. Adam Butler plays the 3 technique. Jonah Lolu developed late last year as the waiver wire find with 4 sacks. Tonka Hemingway and J. Pegs are second-year depth. Brandon Cleveland, the 7th-round rookie out of NC State, is a developmental piece. None of them are pure nose tackles. Jones is. The corresponding move waived Broderick Martin with an injury designation. He could not pass the physical. He is gone. The schedule has the Bills, the Patriots, the Browns, and the Cardinals all running heavy formations. Jones is built for exactly those Sundays. All of it adds up to a specific number nobody wants to commit to. The Raiders win 8 football games this season. 8 wins, 9 losses, 3rd place in the AFC West, ahead of Kansas City for the first time since 2016. Write that down. The schedule supports it. 3 straight home games to close. In weeks 14, 15, and 16 against the Chargers, Broncos, and Titans. A bye in week 13 lands perfectly to refresh whoever is playing quarterback by then. A favorable opener against the Dolphins. A weak interior of the schedule includes the Browns and the Cardinals. The teams that beat the Raiders last year are older, weaker, or rebuilding their own quarterback room. The pieces fit. Mendoza sees his first start by week 8 at the latest, based on how Kubiak has talked about young quarterbacks. Cousins holds the room until then with veteran ball protection. Ashton Jeanty runs behind a line anchored by Tyler Linderbaum that ranked 32nd in pass blocking win rate last year and now projects top 10. Brock Bowers catches 100 passes for the 2nd straight year. Max Crosby plays full games for the first time since 2023. Trayden Stukes plays meaningful rookie snaps in the secondary. Benito Jones holds the nose tackle spot. The defense climbs from 25th to top 15 in points allowed. That is the math. Tell us the prediction you want to fight about and drop it in the comments before the next breakdown drops. The Raiders finish ahead of the Chiefs. Say it now or argue with it later. Hit subscribe before the next video because the next one is the one everybody on this channel has been asking about. Who actually starts week 1? Mendoza or Cousins? The full breakdown, the full timeline, the full case for each drops on the channel next. The schedule is set, the roster is built. The countdown begins now.